All right. Good morning, everybody. It is March 15th, 2023. It is the Ides of March. Welcome to the Lane Trading Chat Room. If you're new, it's going to go something like this. I'm going to start off and review the SPY and the QQQ, determine our market bias, pick which way we think the market's going to head today. After that, I'm going to review the watch list on the right-hand side of the screen right here. We got long ideas in green. We got short ideas in red. These are just ideas. They're not meant to be blindly bought or sold. We are pattern traders, so we need a pattern to trade them. As always, make sure you guys are practicing proper money management. This is not a easy business. Very challenging. You're not going to get rich quick. You're not going to earn while you learn. Make sure you put the time in, put the work in. Start off with very small risk, like $5 to $10 per trade, and then incrementally work your way up until you're at $500 to $1,000 per trade. And just make sure you guys are following that money management, following your plan. And with that, let's get started on the market, guys. So we got a mega gap down today. SPY is gapping down 1.6%. The Qs are a little less bearish, gapping down only 1%. So kind of expecting a bearish, choppy day today. Definitely expecting a bounce off the open. I mean, you get a sell-off like this in the markets. Generally, there is some buying off the open. You kind of see on this 5-minute pre-market, kind of setting the bottom in at 384. So expecting a little bounce off the open. But ultimately, I think we're in just for a choppy, bearish day. So we don't have any major news events coming out. Actually, there's some retail. There's a couple of news events at 9 o'clock that might shake up the market a little bit, but for the most part, we don't have a lot of news coming out today. So kind of just expecting a choppy, bearish day. Got some really good gaps on the short side, so we're going to be looking for some weakness on those and get into it. Look at the Qs real fast. Same sort of thing. Not gapping down as much, so it's got some more junk here. So expecting a little more chop, a little more strength on the Qs, but for between the two of them, expecting just a choppy bearish day today. So let's get going on this list here. First up on the long list is Len, L-E-N. This is a pretty nice gap, especially considering that relative strength. The market's gapping down 1.5%. This thing's gapping up 1.25%. So really nice gap on the Len, good relative strength into a nice void. So we're going to be watching this one on the long side, no doubt about it. Should have room up to about 105 right there. So watch the Len, probably my top long idea. Next up is gold. Gold gapping up over a little bit of consolidation from the past few days, kind of ran up, consolidated at the 200. Now we're gapping above that. So got some room to run up on gold, maybe to this $18 area. It is in a bit of a downtrend, so we don't like that, but it is gapping up in a market that's gapping down. This is correlated to like actual gold and some other metals, so be mindful of that, but still a really nice gap after consolidation, so we're going to watch it. Next up, we got SMAR, SMAR. This one's gapping up on earnings, so it's gapping up over two wide range red bars, so we really like that. It is gapping into some resistance. It's got this junk here that it's gapping right into between 43 and 46, so not a huge fan of that, but if it's showing strength and gives us a good pattern, we'll watch it. But not my favorite idea, just because it has a lot of junk to the left up here. Next up, we have DVN. This is an oil-related stock. It's a Devon Energy. And this one's gapping down into a complete void under this double bottom. So really like the gap on this. Good range, good volume. I mean, it's really checking off every box. You can see on this weekly chart, gapping up gapping down, under this big consolidation. So really like this one. Should have easy room to about 43 bucks. So watch DVN, top stock on the short side. Next up, we got BAC, and markets are open right now, guys. So markets are open. Make sure you are practicing proper money management. You are following your trading plan. I'm going to get back into this. I'm trading the 5-minute chart, so we'll be looking for 5-minute patterns. So I got about 5 minutes. All right, so next up is CLF, Cliff. This one's gapping down just below this pivot right here. Not a ton of it has room down to about 17.50, so about $1 range. It only does about $1 a day, so got the range in there to drop. Keep an eye on it down to 17, maybe 18 bucks on CLF. Next up, we got Plug, PLUG. This one's going to need to get under 1150 before I'm interested. 1150 is a line in the sand. If it does get under there, I mean, it's got room to drop. So watch it under 1150, not really touching it until it gets there. Next up, we got Peloton, another one gapping down into a really nice void. It is a couple days down, which is a little bit concerning on the daily. You can see on this hourly though, it's gone down, but it's rested a little bit. So we got some rest and we moved down. So kind of expecting that continuation. We are right at that 200 period moving average, so this could be an area where it chops around a little bit, but watch it if it gets going lower, no doubt. And then AAL, American Airlines, another one where it's like this is like fifth day down on the daily chart. You look at the hourly, it's kind of had a little more rest, but still got to be mindfulness of that extension on the daily. It is at that 200, so it could chop around this area, but similar to Peton, if this thing gets going on the short side, we're going to watch it. Has good range, good volume, all that. So next up, or last up, I suppose, on the list is Sentinel or something like that. Sentinel 1. Yeah, so this one's gapping up right into some consolidation, like right into some jumps. I'm really, honestly, not a fan of this. It's kind of a backup idea. Yeah, not my favorite idea on the S. It's going to really need to impress me with a really nice pattern. Maybe you can take it over like 15, 16 bucks. You can watch it, but yeah, it's going to need to put some work in before I'm trading that. So that is the list. Now let's check out the markets. Getting a little move up so far, kind of as expected. All right. So don't see much doing anything right now. Watch this lend for a pullback. Watch it for a pullback entry. Gold is chopping around. SMAR is chopping around. DVN's going low. Guys, watch DVN short. Very weak right now. BAC is kind of hanging out. CLF is going lower as well. Guys, watch CLF too. I like that. Good range on CLF. And if plug gets under 1150, I'm a big fan. The thing looks good under 1150. Peton's putting in a bottoming tail so far, so not a whole lot to do. Man, I really don't like those long ideas. I might throw NIM on here instead. Yeah, I don't know. I'm keeping an eye on if Intel gets up here. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna put an alert on Intel. This thing was strong, so it's been strong too. All right. So, all right, that's the list. Let's see if we can find a trade, guys. There was one backup idea that I really kind of did like is DKNG. This one was one that I almost even put on my list. I was trying to figure out where I could fit it in, but couldn't quite get it in there. So, honestly, I'm gonna keep an eye on this. It comes back under low of the day. I want to know. I want to know about it. So, all right. So SPY's kind of moving up. This is as expected after a mega gap down like that. So no surprise there. Move up on the SPY. Don't see much else showing strength though, honestly. This gold is really chopping around. Smart. Wow, look at Intel, guys. Oh my goodness, this thing's a beast. Guys, watch Intel. I'm putting it on my list early. That thing is a beast. Not rushing into it, and it is like this will be the sixth green day up, so be mindful of Intel. But yeah, watch it. Definitely got some strength. DVN doesn't look too bad. Play some music here. Let's get the vibes going this morning. Get a little tunes in the chat room. Where we at? All right. we go. A little music playing. All right, now we're ready to trade, man. 5 minutes in the day. We're gonna start maybe getting some patterns going. Let's see what happens. Q's putting in a little bit of a 5-minute 3-bar play into a ton of junk, so not one that I would be taking, but it is looking a little bit higher. Man, the longs are not looking good at all, honestly. Lynn's pulling in. Guys, you can watch, like I said earlier, you can watch Lynn on a pullback. It puts in a big volume spike, kind of like it did right there, but I need a little bit more out of that. But I do like the Lynn. You got a 101.50 by 150. Need 103.50, so basically high of the day on that. Keep an eye on LEN for the pullback. Gold is not looking good. Pulling in pretty good. Smar doing the same thing. This Sentinel S is strong. I'm going to put S over Smar because Smar just does not look good. It's in a ton of junk too, so yeah. We're taking a peep the S. We can watch Intel as well, guys, actually. Actually, I like Intel more than S. Intel looks like one of the strongest stocks out. It looks like one of the strongest stocks that I see right now. DVN hanging out. I like DVN under low of the day. It has a little bit of range left, not a ton. BAC definitely under low of the day is a watch. These are a little bit extended on the downside, though. I mean, these banks have taken a beating this week, guys. You don't need me to tell you that. You guys know about the banking situation. You guys know how bad these stocks have been beaten. So be careful going short. All right. So Win is moving up right here. So yeah, that 101.50, you could have gotten it. Had a chance to get it. Would have been at break even right here. The 1 minute looked good. The 5 minute needed work. So no need to rush into these things. It's only 8 minutes into the day, so stay patient. Wait for your pitch. Oh man, SPY is just hanging out right now. We got that resistance right up here at the. You can see on this 15-minute chart. This is kind of the low from yesterday that we're dealing with right now. Right in that 387 area. Is NIM looking any higher? Not at all. Intel still doesn't look too bad. Over high of the day. You can watch that. Guys, the CLF Cliff under low of the day. Oh man. Cliff under low of the day. Watch it. It'd be low of the day by high of the day, so 24-cent stop. Watch the CLF. See these markets are doing as well. Kind of just chopping around. They are struggling to go higher here. If we break that VWAP, we got room to drop, so watch that. Alright. Yeah, guys, CLF is probably my top watch, honestly. 1845 by 1869. Markets are kind of looking lower right here. I'm not going to be rushing into stuff, but spin my finger. Alright. Guys, man, I really want the SPY to break down. If SPY breaks the VWAP, kind of sold on Cliff. I really do want to see some more weakness out of this thing though. This green bar on the 1 minute is not as weak as I want it to be. You can still watch the Lin as well, guys. I know it does have a range concern, but this is an earnings related gap. This thing does do some decent sized. Actually, the range ratio is really not that good at all. But I mean, it has some bigger days in it, so you can watch it over this 103 area. 103 by 101 is a real wide stop though, so careful there. And it's got a decent sized spread as well. Not doing crazy good volume, so there's multiple reasons why I don't like LEN. And CLF is moving up. Markets up, moving up, putting in a bottoming tail. So stay patient. Intel is pulling in a little bit. Honestly, this is what you want to see Intel do. Don't want this thing to just rip higher and not stop. You want some rest. So this is a healthy move on Intel. It's putting in the 1 minute buy setup right now. I don't know if I'd be taking that first 1 minute buy setup. A little bit aggressive, but you can watch it. Get a 34-cent spread over high of the day or stop. All right. DVN is moving up a little bit. BAC is definitely moving up. CLF just broke over high today. So we're still watching this one. I do like this short still, but needed to, just peek a boot over high today by 1 penny. So not a big concern just yet. We'll see if it puts in a topping tail and comes back down. This S sitting at 1, not a bad idea. Definitely a range concern at this point. I mean, it's succeeded its range basically in this first 5 minute bar. So it's coming into some resistance up here, 1650. It might be a little bit tough to trade that, but it is strong. I mean, plug looks good too, guys. Especially you add in that relative weakness. The market's up at high today. The SPY is, and plug is low today. So watch that. Good relative weakness right now on plug. SMAR is going to be another one that's really tough to trade. All right, so I'm watching the plug and CLF. CLF still looks pretty good, guys. Putting in the topping tail up here. And look at that LEN. Almost up there to what would have been 2R if you got the pullback. Again, that was an aggressive pullback. It was not clean, guys. Like, I mean, it was kind of clean, but there was issues. Like, that was a pretty low volume, pretty early and aggressive. So not for me, but it was there if you liked it. CLF is one that I really do like though. Same with plug. I'm gonna find an entry on this plug. All right. Plug, Cliff, CLF, Cliff. Still watching the Intel as well, guys. Still do like Intel over high today. Keep an eye on that one. Intel. I'm gonna watch plug over DVN actually. DVN's really not doing much here. Alright. DVN's kind of putting a big bottoming tail. We'll see if he gets back to low of the day, but until then, I'm not really super interested. You could consider this on a sell setup potentially, but not really for me. Plug though doesn't look bad. A lot of range left. Gets under that 1150 area, ton of void. Man, CLF is getting whippy, choppy. I'm gonna need to get down to low of the day and put in a little bit of a rest here. Hey, what's up, Casey Lewis? How you doing? Ready to trade on this beautiful March day? Ides of March. Yeah, I'm liking Plug quite a bit, dude. And Intel looks good higher as well, guys. Intel and Plug are my top watches here. Sure, I'll look at that in just a moment, Casey. I want to keep my eyes on these two trades right now. Yeah, you liking Plug green? Yeah, I do like. I mean, the relative weakness is really what's selling me on Plug, guys. Like the markets have been. I'll put it up over here so you can see it. Markets have been up. They're towards high of the day, and Plug has just been grinding down. So, really liking that about Plug. I just want a better entry. I want some sort of pattern here. If we rest for another 5 minutes or so, I'll probably take this under low of the day. There's Intel popping. There it is. No rest in it. So, and that buy setup was there. 1 minute buy setup if you like it on Intel. Ran up, smooth pullback right at VWAP. And it's just a little bit aggressive because it is a 1 minute and it is early in the day. But other than that, really not a big problem with Intel. Doing great volume. So, solid trade. Solid trade. I'm watching Plug and Cliff though. Plug and Cliff, my top two watches right now. Markets continue to look like they're trying to move up. Putting a bottoming tail, putting a bunch of bottoming tails here, so still holding that VWAP pretty well on the SPY and the Qs. Damn, look at Intel, guys. Oh my goodness, what a beast. Like an actual just rip roaring beast. So what would you have gotten on that? Maybe 27.95, let's say. Stop loss 27.80-ish. I mean, that's 2R pretty much. And there's CLF back towards high of the day, so not liking this one nearly as much now. I mean, I guess until it breaks 1870, it's really not too bad. But Plug is going to be the top watch here. Plug is going to be top watch. All right, any other long ideas we got? Gold looking decent, honestly. Still got a little bit of range left. And that LEN really bottomed out and bounced. Let me check this EVA for you real fast, Casey. A short entry at 30. Getting in down here. It's got next area supports down at like 24, 21. Price target of 26, yeah. And then stop loss at 34. This is a little bit extended. It is a little bit extended, but it's getting a little bit of increased volume down here, so maybe in for a bounce. Check the weekly chart. Yeah, you see how it's coming down with some wide range red bars with big volume. You see how this happened last time? You get a wide range bar on volume, wide range bars on volume. Usually you warrant some sort of bounce. So this is like 6 red bars down on pretty good volume. So this could be in for a bounce before it goes lower. It doesn't have support really until that 25, 26 area, but if you're looking at the volume and the extendedness of it, it's a little bit extended. But definitely a weak stock. Definitely a weak stock, no doubt about that. What is this? Okay, so it's not really. I thought it might have been an oil stock or something. Intel. I don't know if I want to trade Intel anymore, guys. I mean, it has a little bit of range left, but now we really are up like 6 green days in a row. Now we're getting into a little bit of junk over here to the left. Like, be careful trading Intel. It gives you a really great pattern. I'd go for it, but probably not getting into that thing unless it does that. The plug is putting in some bottoming tails here. Honestly, though, these markets are still looking a little bit lower here. If this SPY breaks VWAP and we get under 386, it'd be like 385. Really under low of the day, I suppose. If we get under low of the day on the SPY, we could be in for it. I haven't really done much so far. Just kind of chopped around, grinded a little bit higher. All right. I don't like anything else. Oh, CLF, guys. CLF still looking pretty good. Never broke that high today, so still 25-cent stop. Low of the day by high today. CLF. This is actually probably my favorite idea, guys. Plug needs to get under those bottoming tails. CLF looking a little bit weaker than the markets. I'm making an order ready on CLF. I do want to be a little bit cautious, but yeah, we're gonna get this order ready. 1545 at 1870 short. We're gonna need was at a 25-cent stop. We need 15, so just under that whole number. Market's putting in a little bit of a bottoming tail here, but all right. What's the volume like here? That's one thing I really haven't checked. So it's doing pretty good volume. All right, I'm getting my order in there on Cliff. All right, so orders in there on CLF 1845 by 1870. Order is in there on the CLF. Looks like we should be getting triggered in pretty soon here. All right, so we are in the CLF. Do we get slippage? Oh, we actually got a. No, we got a little bit of slippage. Just 1 penny of slippage. So we need 25 cents for break even. So 1820 is break even on the CLF. BKNG. This was one of my backup ideas. Looking lower. So found that DKNG lower. CLF is just triggered us in. So we're hoping the market can break down here as well. This was a little bit aggressive getting in before 9 o'clock too. Not gonna lie, we have a couple of news events at 9, so a little bit aggressive, but I really like the pattern. I like the void. I like the range on CLF, so I thought it was worth taking. It met my criteria, that's for sure. Lin LEN is gonna be tough to trade here, guys. It's already up over its range, coming into some resistance up here, like 104, 105. So careful with the LEN. Gold doesn't look bad. If gold gives us a pattern up here, I'll be interested. We got a little bit of range left, not a ton, but a little bit. Intel's still moving up, going higher. Plug holding those bottoming tails pretty well. BAC, oh my goodness, I'm missing BAC. This thing is weak. This thing is weak. Guys, watch Bank of America under low of the day. No, I really don't want to go low of the day by high of the day. That's a 60-cent stop. That's quite a bit. Watch for an entry on BAC. It's kind of putting in a buy setup right now, so it is looking a little bit higher at the moment. But let's see if we can't get a little peekaboo over 28, come back down, maybe get in with like a 30 to 40-cent stop. Interested in that, especially if these markets end up going lower. CLF putting in a little bit of a bottoming tail so far. So kind of just triggered us in just by a couple pennies there. SPY's looking lower though. SPY is looking lower. Yeah, I guess it looks lower on my thumbnail, but I mean, yeah, we get under this area right here, under low of the day, man. We got room to drop. We're trying to do it right now. Because we got room at least at 384. There we go. There, SPY's breaking down under low of the day right now. So trading with the market, guys. Trading with the market. The trend is your friend. Remember. All right. Thanks for the follow, Zach Joel. Zach Jow. If you have any questions or anything about how I'm trading, what I'm looking at or anything, make sure you're asking those. Or if you have any questions about something that you're trading, maybe ask that as well. The only way you're going to learn is if you ask questions. So, Q's still a little bit stronger than the SPY. Q's still have not broken that low of the day yet. SPY is past the low of the day, moving down. So Intel, again, guys, Intel's going to be tough to trade. 26, yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. Oh, there's Plug, guys. There goes Plug. I didn't really like this entry. I'm not, honestly. I'm not a fan of that entry. I guess not a pattern in my book. Bottoming tail, like not any, yeah, not a fan of that. I do like it though still. I mean, this thing has, like, it's only done a third of its range, guys. So Plug has a lot of range left. I want to watch it. It's weak. It has range. It still is above that support at 1150. So under that area, I really like it. KRC, you're looking at KT. Let's see, short at 29.50. So we're getting in right here. Stop loss at 33. So you're above this red bar. That's pretty solid. Target of 25. So yeah, this is another one that I'm gonna mention about the volume again. Well, I guess this isn't as big of a volume spike as that other one, but yes, this one probably looks a little bit better. This one didn't have a major volume spike. A little bit of a volume spike here, so you might be a little bit cautious, but your stop's in a pretty decent place up here, like 33 bucks. So it's gonna have to completely engulf that red bar to stop you out. So yeah, another one that's a really weak stock, really good trend, but might be a little bit extended. But I trust you. I think you know what you're doing. You got a plan. All right, guys. It's 30 minutes into the day. 30 minutes in, actually 29 minutes. So we got 1 minute and see what these news reports do, if they do anything at all. CLF still moving down a little bit. Still like Plug short. Still like Plug short quite a bit. You can watch Pecan short. It still has pretty good range, but it needs to be a little bit weaker. This SMAR is a little bit tempting, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Never mind. Never mind, guys. I can't do it to myself. Look at the average range, $1.93. Look at it today. It's done 305. And your stop loss on this breakout would be $1.38. So your stop loss is like 70% of the average range. That's tough. I know it's an earnings gap, but it's got resistance. There's multiple issues with that stock. Multiple issues with it. So that's not for me. I will consider Intel over high today. This thing is definitely strong. Do like a 26-cent stop. So you need like 52 out of this. You just under that whole number of 29. So it's 28.86 is when that resistance starts coming into play. And that would be it'd be like 28.90 is what you need for 2R on that. So you can watch Intel, not my favorite idea. We'll see what these markets look like. AI lower. I had AI on a backup list. I'm going to check it actually here in a minute. Yeah, AI does look lower for sure. And it has really good range. A little bit of support with some moving averages here, but yeah, keep an eye on that AI. And DraftKings, guys. DraftKings is really weak, so honestly, BAC is not looking great. You can still watch it under low of the day. Okay, there's some good shorts setting up. There's some good shorts setting up, looks like. DraftKings, watch this for like a sell setup. This gives us a little 50% retracement. Get in there. Guys, plug is still moving on down. Watch for that entry on plug. Watch it. I'm going to check my backup ideas real fast. So there's plug. It just broke resistance. Or support, my bad. It just broke support. I don't see anything else from my long list that looks good at all. Let's check these backup ideas. DKNG, I just said. AI, watch it. CPG, you can watch that. Same with VET, actually. VET doesn't look bad. Like I said, guys, there's some decent short ideas setting up here. AFRM is weak, looks lower. So I'm going to add this to my list as well. I'm probably good on Wells Fargo. If I'm watching Bank of America, I'm good there. Guys, Ford short, CCL. I won't say CCL short, but the reason I didn't like it in the morning was it's down like, I don't know, 10 green bars in a row or red bars in a row, whatever. So I don't know. I'm going to add those two ideas to my list here. I guess I'll throw VET on there too. Why not? Let's live a little bit. So plug went down there, put in a big bottoming tail. Nice. So man, we get plug under that 1147 area. I'm hot to trot. I like it a lot. BAC is moving up still. So BAC is definitely going to be a low of the day play. Same with Piton if it ever gets down there. AAL. Like I said, guys, there's some decent shorts setting up. Watch a DraftKings sell set up here. This is a little big on the volume spike, so be careful, but you can watch it. AI bouncing. The AI is another one you could watch for a sell setup. Again, big volume spikes here, so be careful. Markets are kind of bouncing a little bit. I mean, Ford looks pretty good. What does this pivot at? Under 1132. I want to watch the Ford. I'm going to put that on my favorites list. That's how much I like that. Watch Ford be like 1132 by, I don't even know. Doesn't really have a good stop right now. Probably just give it a VWAP like 1148. Cliff's putting in a little bit of a bottoming tail here on volume too, so let's see if we can get under that. I do like my stop though. I have a pretty good stop on the Cliff. Got a lot of sellers up here, so it's really gonna have to rip hard for me to get out of that. As Intel is a little bit tempting on a buy setup. Give it like a 20-cent stop loss. You only need about 40 cents out of that. Watch Intel. Watch Intel. I'm watching Ford short. Kind of whichever way the market goes here. We're kind of in a tough area, man. Broke the low. Now we're kind of chopping around a VWAP. A little bit unclear on direction of the market. I mean, ooh, guys, look at the Qs. Ooh. If you had to say, what type of chart is this? Clean, ugly, or neutral? What would you say? I know what I'm saying. Ugly. Ugly is my choice. This is not like this could go either way. Exactly like Green and Gone just said. Could pivot and go either way. Just want to wait and see bias is kind of the move. Messy, exactly. I mean, the Qs are really bad, guys. Just complete slop. Complete slop on the Qs. SPY is looking a little bit lower because it has, I mean, it actually put in a low here, but broke the VWAP. The Q, I think every single bar on the Qs has touched the VWAP. Just about every bar. So and this intel is a little bit interesting. Well, the 1 minute does not look good. All right. Well, we are in the CLF, so we're in the one short. Still watching the forward short. I like this one. I am watching the Intel buy setup. In case this market bounces, I might want to get in on a long idea here. There's Intel moving on up. I really don't want it to go higher than that. I really need this to be a lower low. The criteria for a buy setup is 2 or more lower lows. You like lower highs, I mean. So we got this one at 28.27. We got this one at 28.26. So it's barely a lower high right now. Oh wow, guys, look at plug. Oh my goodness. Whew. That's why we wait for that support. That's why you got to be cautious about getting above support sometimes. I mean, someone had a lot of orders in right there. Somebody was buying at 11.50. Somebody said, it's not me or you, not some retail guy. There was institutional money that said, hey, 11.50, we like plug, buy it. It got bought. Boy, did it get bought. Institutional money, man. That's not me or you buying it. No, sir. Look at this SPY with a big old move up to the high of the day, now back down. So more slop from the markets. More slop from the markets. I like that CLF is really not giving into this move too much. Markets putting in a couple green bars, and CLF is just kind of grinding lower a little bit. So I like where we're at with that one. I'm still leaning to the short side in these markets. I still am leaning towards the short side. If we get over high of the day, obviously that will change. But until we do that, until we not just peak, until we close above high of the day. If we close above high of the day, then I might switch my bias to the bullish side. But right now, I'm leaning bearish. I still like plug short. Still like forward short. See, forward now, it's giving us a little bit of a stop loss. 12 cents, maybe a little tight. But yeah, keep down the forward under low of the day. Watch some of these other ideas. DKNG with a sell setup potentially. AI looking pretty similar. AI. All right. And Intel is tempting, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Be a 21 cent stop. Probably get a 23. Stops at 28.02. You need 28.54 for full 2R. Alright. Guys, I'm gonna get into this Intel volume. Alright. Break even's just over high of the day. Alright. Intel, orders in there. We are in the Intel. It's with 28.26 by whoa, why did I have a 28.12 stop loss? What was I doing? No. 28.02. That messes my. Hold on, guys. What did I do here? Ooh, I did not have that in right, did I? I need to take off 30 shares of this thing. All right. Yeah, I had a way too wide of a stop loss on that, or way too tight. I need to. Sell 30 market. Get out. All right, now we only have 41. There we go. 28.02. 28.77. All right, there we go. That's more like it. That's more like it. All right. Whew. Do not have that position size right. Now we're protected on both sides of the market. So if SPY moves up, we should be good with Intel. If it moves down, we're good on the cliff. Still do like some of these short ideas as well, guys. Still like some of these shorts. Intel kind of peekabooing us in here. Did we make money on that at least? Hey, at least we made on those 40 shares we sold, we made 2 cents each. So we're up like 80 cents or something like that. Off to a good start, guys. 45 cents, man. I got 45 cents closed on the day. Let's go. Starting the day green. All right, guys. Cliff's looking pretty good. Cliff's looking good. Need to get under the low of the day there. Get it going. Guys, I like Ford as well right here. Ford be like a 12-cent stop. Not liking much else. BAC is strong now. All right. Still, DKNG, that you can watch on the sell setup. I just don't like how much volume it put in down there, guys. That's what's keeping me out of DKNG. Look at the volume down here. I don't know. AI. You can watch AI as well. AFRN. Another one you can watch lower. Ooh, Intel's coming in hard and fast. And this was probably not my best trade, looking back at it. Had a couple good trades on Intel. I think I just kind of rode that wave. It wasn't a bad buy setup by any means, but I mean, if you look at the daily, we're up like 6 days in a row. A little bit of junk up here. Already had a decent sized day, so probably could have held off on this and it wouldn't have hurt us. I mean, that'll probably grade as like a low B in my book, or a low B grade. And it still has a chance. It might hold it still. You never know, but yeah, might have caught us on that one. But that's all right because we got Cliff doing the right thing. We got Ford that we're watching. 4 is going to be like an 1132 by 1144-ish. It needs to come back down here, though, and retest it. Oh, man. Man, what a choppy market today, guys. Oh, my goodness. Still no clear direction, like at all. We got bottoming tails, we got topping tails. We're just hugging the VWAP. I don't like any other long ideas. Everything else is a range concern or swap concern. Yeah. So we'll watch some of these short ideas. Not much. Knows all the base, but now found a good strategy. Any recommendations? I've found my strategy at livetraders.com. That's where I read my charts. That's where I do my stuff. So I always start with a higher time because I have like a checklist. Start with the higher time frame, then you start looking at some bar patterns, some chart patterns, and then my management is a 2R management. So my winners are twice as big as my losers, and I'm aiming for like a 45 to 50% batting average. All right, so Intel stopped, but yeah, live traders is where I learned to read the market and I learned to build my strategy. It's a great place. I mean, that's what I recommend. My strategy is really that simple. I aim for 2R targets, and I aim for about a 45 to 50% batting average. And the patterns I trade are breakouts, buy setups, pullbacks, wedges, all just chart bar patterns. So this was a breakout. You see I had a nice even bottom, even top. Got in under low of the day, stops at high of the day, so it's a 25-cent stop. So whenever it hits 25 cents, that's 1R. So I'll move my stop to break even at 1R. And then my full target is at 2R, which is 50 cents away. So that's my strategy right there. And you can shoot me an email, or is that your name? Yeah, email. You can shoot me an email, and I'll hop on like a Zoom call or something with you, talk about it if you wanted to. Or you can check out my website. Got a little bit, not a ton of information about building a strategy on my website, but there's some information about the basics, which it seems like you already have a grasp on. But yeah, some good stuff there. But yeah, just email me or visit Live Traders. And Live Traders has a ton of good YouTube content, bro. Ton of free YouTube content that really shouldn't be free, honestly. Man, I'm gonna like to have this back. Just absolutely peekaboo us in on that buy setup. Just peekaboo in. I wonder if a wider stop would have saved us. 41-cent stop. We'll see. What it hit. It hit 28 on the dot, so 41. You needed 80 out of this. You would have needed just over that whole number at 29. So that would have been a big day out of that. Yeah, probably should have held off on Intel. This was a buy setup. This was ran up, pulled back, about a 50% retracement at VWAP. So I got in right over this green bar right here. Stop loss was under this green bar right here at 28.02. Could have gave it more room. Could have gave it down to 28, 27.84 or whatever. But tis what it is. Man, look at these Ford and Plug, both big green bars. Big green bars up, so not liking either one of those short, really. Well, maybe Plug still. Going to be a 30-cent stop. Yeah, so Plug actually does look good, man. If Plug comes right back down, that'll be nice. I don't know if it's going to do that, but if it does, that's what we're looking for. Lynn is a little bit tempting higher, but again, the range is a big concern here. You're going to need a dollar stop, So you need it to exceed its range even more than it already has. You might be able to get it to break even pretty easily. Get it up to 104, but probably not for me, man. These markets are just ugly. No direction at all. Now it looks like we might even go higher. This has been a very choppy morning. Very choppy. I haven't seen any patterns that I've been like, wow, we missed that. Yeah, I really don't see much, guys. Still in the CLF, still hanging out. Forwards back towards high of the day. PVN, S. Yeah, I don't see much that I like. Getting the bounce in a lot of stocks here. Market might be on the move. I mean, AI is back at high of the day. Wow. What a bounce. All right, so that's that. That's the list, guys. Not much to do. We are in the CLF. We got stopped on the Intel. Yeah, this one I probably, like I said, I probably shouldn't have been in this, guys. This was an ego trade. Intel, it's been treating me well recently. I made 2R on Intel yesterday. Made 2R on Intel on Friday. I was like, you know what? Why not make it 3 times? Intel said no. Get out of here, you greedy bastard. Taught me a lesson. Taught me a lesson. Yeah, this is 6th green day up into resistance. Not my best look. Should have held off. Greed, ego. Man. I'm blaming that one on you guys. Why don't you guys tell me, man? Why don't you guys tell me to not take Intel? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Can't blame it on anybody else but me. That's part of trading, man. There's nobody there. Nobody to tell you what to do. Nobody to tell you if you're doing something stupid. You gotta be able to handle that yourself. You gotta know yourself. That's one of the hardest part about trading. And honestly, that's one of the best parts about trading too. You don't have anybody to tell you what to do. You don't have anybody to nag at you or tell you to get back to work. But I mean, that's a pro and a con. It's a pro and a con of trading. Yeah. Well, at least you got some toast, I guess. Nice little dink. I wish they had a different sound for like stop outs and profit. There probably is a way to do that, I bet, isn't there? But that would be nice. Have the stop out, make it that little dink. Then take profit needs to be like one of those old cashier machines, like ching ching, you know what I'm talking about, like an old cashier machine where it makes like the ring. That would be sweet. Cash it in, baby. And there's LEN getting off to a decent little start. SPY now looking like it may go lower. I don't know. This market is just disgustingly ugly. Ugly. Ka-ching. Yeah, exactly. You got it. Ka-ching. That's what I need on my take profit. That's what I need on my take profit. What news do we got on TradingView? Oh, Pine Script Wizards for 2023. Nice. Got some Pine Script Wizards. All right, guys, we are about 5 cents away from break even on Cliff. What is our stop loss here? 25 cents. So we're about 80%. We're up 0.8 R on CLF right now. We are up 0.8 R. We need a little bit more for break even. Oh my god, I'm pretty upset with myself about Intel, guys. What was I thinking? This was not something I should have been trading. Honestly, I knew it whenever I took it, but my ego just didn't let me hold off. Bro. I was not willing to sit on my hands. I was just sitting there like, well, what if it works though? What if it works? That'd be sweet, but it's not. You can't be thinking like that. It's not about what if it works or what if it doesn't work. It's like, what is the chart telling you right now? What are the probabilities right now? You're not worried about the future of what could happen. What is it telling you right now? This stock right here, looking at the daily, first thing I'm thinking, a little bit oversold or overbought. It's up 6 days in a row. I mean, you expect a stock to pull back when it's up that much. Next up, look at the hourly chart. Like, all right, so we ran up, got some junk up here at 28.50 to 28 bucks. That's where we stopped. All right, so got some resistance higher. Look at the 15 minute. It's like, all right, so we up like, what is this, 5 green bars in a row. This one's a wide range bar. This one's a pretty wide range bar as well. I mean, average range on this is only 19 cents. Both of these bars exceeded that by double, almost double on this one. So extended on the 15 minute even. Then we look at the 5 minute. We're like, oh wow, look at this. Somewhat of a pattern. Somewhat of a buy setup pattern. This bar would have been nice to put in the lower low here. And then got it. So there was just a lot of reasons. A lot of reasons not taking trade. A lot of reasons to not trade. And then on top of all that, guys, I didn't even position size it right. I had way more shares than I needed to. So I didn't even position size it right. This was just not a good trade by me. Are you looking at GM or are you saying good morning, Farhad? Because if it's the second one, then good morning to you as well, sir. If it's the first one, then all right, look at that, guys. CLF, break even. CLF to break even. Right. Honestly, guys, I am pretty concerned about this getting us at break even. If I'm a betting man, I think this hits break even before it hits our target. I think the only way that is not true is if this market actually picks a direction. Yeah, Farhad, it's been a choppy day, man. It's been a choppy day. Look at this. Look at the 15 actually. That does a better justice. Green bar, engulfing red bar, topping tail bar, all the way back up. Now we got a doji bar. Like, we got this resistance. Oops. Got resistance up here. We got support down here. So, man, if we do get under 385, though, we get under 385, that could be it for the spot. We might be down, might be in for a ride. So keep an eye on it under that area. CLF, like I said, I'm almost for sure this is going to be a break-even trade. You're looking at DE, Farhad. DE. What are you doing? Swing trading it? I think you're more of a swing trader, I believe. You're trying to take this short, I suppose. I wouldn't be going long on it. It's weak. Short's a little bit tough too. It's got a little bit some support at this like 380 area. You can see it's got the 200, got that pivot there, so a little bit of support down there. But I mean, I guess it's got $7 until it's there. Yeah. You looking at what? Yeah, short. Yeah. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Definitely one of the weaker. I mean, yeah, if it gets under that area, under 380, then man, it's got room to drop. Like, look at the weekly chart, man. Under 380, gets under that 50 period moving average. I mean, get this little pivot shelf right here at 380. Next area of support's like 330. So, yeah, I'd be worried about it getting under 380, but if it does do that, it's got room. So, not bad. Oh my goodness, guys. What a choppy day on the markets. Honestly, I am going to be calling it a day here soon. It's already an hour into the market, so my time is just about up. If you guys have any last minute questions, comments, concerns, make sure you get them out there. Oh, as a reminder, I will not be streaming live tomorrow or Friday or Monday, Tuesday of next week. So next 4 market trading days, I will not be live. I'll be out of town. So I will be back here a week from today, actually, next Wednesday. I'll be back streaming live. So you guys get a little bit of a break. You're gonna have to trade your own strategy. As always, I'll be in the Discord. I'll be answering my emails. So if you guys want to send trades or just chat, or whatever, I'll still be there. But will not be on the live stream though. So no live stream tomorrow, Friday, or Monday, Tuesday of next week. Yeah, I'm going to California. Wish me luck. A little bit worried. You know, I'm taking a little spring break vacation, going to California, see my brother, hang out. Looking at Exxon, Farhad. Exxon for short. You're swing trading, I believe, yeah. Exxon doesn't look bad. I'd wait for right here. It's a little bit extended into this area, but if it breaks this trend line, man. Yeah, trend line gets under that 100. Dude, XOM under 100 does look pretty solid short. XOM, you get it down because right now it's at this 200 period moving average. It's got a trend line, so it's got a little bit of a support. But yeah, you could definitely watch this thing under 100 bucks, man. It's got room to drop. I mean, this isn't oil related stock though, so you're gonna be wanting to make sure you're checking the whole oil market as a whole. But honestly, this does look lower. It's looking lower, holding this trend line support now. But yeah, man, if oil gets going down, XOM looks pretty good short. But all right, so we just the 2 trades for me today. Intel, poor trade, shouldn't have taken it. Is what it is. It's honestly a better right here, guys. If I really liked Intel, and I mean, I should have just waited. I should have known that first buy setup is always aggressive. First buy setup is always aggressive. Always just wait. There's going to be a second buy setup. This one would be 28.13. You give it this pivot, so a 30-cent stop. So you basically break even at high of the day. I mean, you're full 2R when yeah, that would not have been a bad buy setup on Intel. Still aggressive because it had that little incident where it got me in, but definitely a better look than what I had. The 15-minute just looks so much better. Actually has a pullback rest at an actual area of support, 28 bucks. So yeah, that was just too aggressive by me this morning. Should not have been that aggressive on Intel, but it is what it is. You live and you learn. We're still learning. You're going to be learning every day. Every single day you ever trade, you're going to be learning. Guys, SPY's looking lower. Look at all these topping tails up here. There's sellers are stepping in, man. Under 385. Put your shorts on. Look, Qs are already doing it. Qs are already breaking down low of the day. Qs do have support though. Qs are not in a complete void. We got support right here, like 293.50. So not as big of a deal as the SPY breaking down. So it just peekaboo below support. Man, honestly, this is this type of break you expect on a day like today. It went to 92 and now it's right back up. Jeez. Well, best of luck to you guys on this choppy day. Oh my gosh. Hopefully CLF will get it going. Actually, it's looking pretty good. So we need another, I don't know, 20 cents out of this thing for a full 2R target, but CLF is not looking too bad. If this market can actually break, dude, look, I don't even know if you can even really call that a break of support, honestly. Like that is, I don't even know, I don't even consider that a break. It literally just peekaboo. Look at the Q, same thing. I mean, on a day like today, I don't know what you expect. I don't know what you expect on when it's this choppy. Like that's a break. All right, so I'm gonna call it a day here, guys. Start journaling these trades. Start getting a little bit of back testing going. So, like I said, I'll be back next Wednesday, a week from today. You guys have a great week. In the meantime, make sure you practice proper money management. Make sure you're following your trading plan, not doing anything stupid. And take care. I'll see you next week. I appreciate you being on. Yeah, like I said, I'll still be in the Discord. I'll still be answering emails, so don't hesitate to put anything in there. So I will see you guys next Wednesday. Have a great week.